We're only 3 rounds into the EuroLeague season, and we already have a first coaching firing in the EuroLeague, one of the quickest, by the way, in the EuroLeague history. And they just describe what the actual EuroLeague is. Every game matters. It's a non-rational, irrational, high-pressure league with a lot of irrational decisions, a lot of emotions, a lot of pressure coming from all these sides. And we just decided to pick teams that feel the most pressure in the 25-26 EuroLeague season. I'll start from the top of the standings. Hopefully, none of the head coaches will be fired at the Friday's game because we're recording this episode before Friday's games. So I'll just start from the top of the standings. And Augustus, you can stop me when you think that this is a team that feels a lot of pressure or belongs to this teams with the most pressure group. If you're not doing this, I will stop you.
Okay.
So we'll just go through the list. Valencia Basket.
No.
Žalgiris Kaunas.
No.
AS Monaco.
No.
I think there is some pressure. Because, let's not forget, Sasha Obradovic was always under fire, always. Sasha Obradovic is making the Final Four. You read rumors about Javi Pascal being, monitored by Monaco. Sasha Obradovic lost his job when Monaco was 7th in the standings. It was 10 rounds into the EuroLeague season. So, and Monaco is a team that is always aiming for the top results, and they're not that patient. And let's not forget, Vasilis Spanoulis didn't win the French league last season. They lost to Paris. They didn't win the French Cup. And although they made it to the EuroLeague finals, they also brought Nikola Mirotic. So they spent more money. Some of the players that stayed, they're also earning more money. So I think that this is a team, especially with the coaches like Xavi Pascal still on the market, that this is a team that has the highest standard, which comes with some of the most pressure in the EuroLeague.
Okay.
Even if you have Vasilis Spanoulis.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Real Madrid.
I don't think.
I don't think so. How about Tel Aviv?
I think yes.
Why?
I just think they've spent so much money and they have really high hopes. They started the season pretty well, 2 wins. Now they lost to Maccabi, in a home game, in the derby. And I think just the money they have spent, the salaries they have, the roster they have a lot of talent. And I think, their owner wants to win. He wants to be in the playoff spot in their first season in the EuroLeague. So I just think, if things go south, we might see, if we see a losing streak, we might see some changes here. I know, Itudis won the Euro Cup last season. Great things. But I think, with the amount of money they spent, with the amount of talent they have on the roster, great pressure comes in. So, I don't know.
I see your points.
I feel
it
like
makes sense. Those spenders, big spenders, usually they put higher requirements.
I'm not saying they will lose. I'm just saying if something happens and they start to lose games, I think the pressure kicks in, and then who knows what might happen.
We have a highest paid player, so I think it might make sense. Panathinaikos.
No.
You think so? Because I think that there is some pressure. I mean, it's Athens, first of all. Your owner is Dimitris Giannakopoulos. You have this fan base. And
but how bad they have to be to fire Ataman mid-season? I don't know.
But I mean, if you're not making the Final Four... I'm not talking about some in-season changes. I'm talking about teams that are under the most pressure to perform really well this season or to win it all.
Okay, then in that case, they have the pressure. They have one of the craziest rosters you could think of. They just spent so much money on TJ Shorts and what's his role is going to look like on the team. So
even Rashawn Holmes, I mean, they spend a lot of money, almost $3 million.
But I was thinking more about, we are looking at this from the coach's perspective.
Nope.
But
this is included, but it's more about the overall picture. Okay. This season is, let's say,
then the definite pressure is on the Panathinaikos for sure. The Final Four is in Athens. So
exactly, I forgot about that one.
So
and let's be honest, the last year's ending was disappointing. They lost in the Greek finals, and I mean, in the Final Four, they lost in the semis, and they were quite bad. Even in the playoffs, they were not very convincing. So I think there's a lot of pressure. Pressure is something that's not so fun for those who are involved, but those who are watching, that's where the excitement comes. And, to follow all these high-pressure situations, all these dramas, I don't know any other better platform than the EuroLeague TV. Especially now, having this crazy high-pressure schedule and round 4, round 5 before the double game week. I mean, EuroLeague TV is a must.
Absolutely. 8 games to be played by each team in October only. Next week is again a double week. We have so many games to catch, and we have like 5 games on each day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The best place to catch them all is on EuroLeague TV. And just for example, we have one of the highest pressure games next week. We have Crvena Zvezda welcoming Žalgiris Kaunas in Belgrade. That's going to be fun. Then we have Olympiacos welcoming Anadolu Efes on Tuesday. We have Efes playing Panathinaikos to end the double week. Just Real Madrid welcoming Partizan. That's another rivalry we have in the EuroLeague. So
Fener Dubai.
Okay, you can
Rest
pick
of Real
names.
Madrid is mentioned. I mean, man, a lot of great games starting from the next week. And EuroLeague TV is a good platform to catch up with all the action that you have, despite having multiple games. It's so easy to use. It's so comfortable to use, to jump from one game to another, all those replays.
Yeah, if you miss a game, you can just rewatch it whenever you want. I mean, even after 2 weeks or 2 months, you can still catch any content. Super easy to use, great user experience from my experience. I could say that. So make sure to get your EuroLeague TV pass this year and save what?
Yeah, by choosing annual
50%.
pass, you can save over 50%. So get your annual pass now at tv.euroleague.net and don't miss a moment of the action. Paris basketball.
No.
Partizan.
If we are talking about not the head coach.
Yeah, it's about general picture.
Yeah.
For the team, for the organization to perform well.
I think, yes, they missed the playoffs 2 seasons in a row. They have a lot of talent, especially offensively on that team. They are still looking for reinforcement at the center. Everybody's expecting at least playoffs. If you miss those for the first straight year, you're looking at high hopes and not really a lot of results. And I think they feel pressure.
Building from this continuity, from building this team last year, and if you don't make the playoffs for 2 consecutive seasons, it means that you probably have to build from scratch.
Are you? Yeah, good point.
Probably.
Are you changing a lot of big part of the team again?
And this is a solid roster, actually. So that's tough. And it should be tough for Željko. I don't think that he has ever been in a situation of missing the playoffs for 3 consecutive seasons. Despite the fact that he's coaching Partizan, it's a different team compared to the previous ones. But it's Belgrade. I just read the expectations in the previous clip. Final 4, top 6, EuroLeague final or whatsoever. I mean, that's just insane to me. So there's always pressure. Fener. I don't think so. The only thing is that they had a presidency change. So maybe there's a pressure for the current front officer, from the head coach, who are all on the expiring contract, to perform to the new board, to the new president.
To show off.
Probably. Yeah. Because otherwise, they won the EuroLeague. They lost some very important players. They didn't increase their budget. So it means that it's really hard to keep up with the results that they achieved. So it's like, there's not much you can do about that.
But I was just watching your interview with Charas, and I was thinking what Charas would say in this situation. And Charas would say, it's always pressure. It's always pressure. You want to win in every year, and it doesn't really matter.
It's always pressure, but does it belong to the teams under the most pressure?
The most?
I don't think so.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
Bayern?
No.
Olympiacos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. They belong, once again, Final 4 in Greece, Bartzokas' final year of his contract. You have a solid team. You made some reinforcements in the summer. you still need, I think, something extra. You have Sasha Vezenkov, you have Evan Fournier, you spend a lot of money. And, I mean, how many times they have been in the Final Four in a row and they haven't won? So I think it's a lot of pressure on Olympiacos. And it has been like this for 3-4 years in a row. Nothing really has changed. The only thing that's missing for Olympiacos is the title of EuroLeague. So that's a lot of pressure.
And it feels like the longer it takes, the pressure is getting higher. Because do you remember last year, there was this topic. If Olympiacos is not winning the EuroLeague, Bartsakas is out. I mean, they need a rebuild. But actually, they avoided that, surprisingly.
I think they're kind of Bartsakas is in a kind of similar situation like Sharas was. You know, he needed how many Final Fours to win the EuroLeague in a row. And in the last years, Bartsakas is always in the Final Four, but something is missing, that last piece. Maybe just some luck in the Final Four, and you can remember Kaunas, what happened there. Just some luck missing there, but you're still not a winner in the last years.
Dubai basketball.
I don't think so.
Barcelona.
I think their coach has some pressure, but the team in general, I just don't think so.
I'm not sure as well. Maccabi.
No.
Efes?
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because of the spendings that they had, because of the signings, it feels like, you know, I wouldn't call it the pressure, but I mean, they invested in this year's roster. And it, you know, that comes with some pressure and expectations as well. So I think it's a big year for Efes.
I do. Igor Kokoshkov, he wants to prove his last stint was a fluke. He wants to show some good results. They have the roster to do it. They still need some reinforcements, I believe. Or they
center position,
or they just need somebody to, you know, or they just need to wait out until Poirier is back.
Yeah.
But they have a roster good enough to. They can't really fuck it up, you know.
Yeah.
They need to be high in the standings.
I think they're top 4 in budgets in terms of spending for players and coaches' salaries. So
that's pressure. You know, teams who spend the most in the EuroLeague should be at the top, just because we don't have the salary cap, although it should have been introduced, right?
It works theoretically, but you know how it goes in the EuroLeague.
Understood.
No. I heard that the only pressure that they might have this year is to meet the EuroLeague requirements for the minimum salary cap for the
minimum salary spent.
Yeah, that's their biggest pressure, I think, heading into the season.
Wow.
Because they're borderline on that minimum that they have. Virtus Bologna.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Red Star. I mean, what we're talking about.
Yeah.
If you could measure the pressure by the color of red and how red it actually is, so this is the most red in the EuroLeague, most pressured teams.
I mean, they belong to this because they already fired their head coach, so that means they're under pressure.
And Baskonia?
No.
They shouldn't be, but the thing is that I'm just concerned for Coach Galbiat. I mean, they shouldn't be under pressure because, I mean, their budget, their team, their roster, it doesn't make sense to have huge expectations, but you see the coaching change in the organization for the last few years, and it feels like they're aiming for the Final Four every year.
I say let the man cook. I think he's slowly working to actually making that Baskonia competitive, especially at home. So it's 0-3, but they played Olympiacos and Pana at home both times. So
I missed Milan.
No pressure.
Do you think they're under pressure?
I don't think so.
I think Ettore Messina is under pressure. But he creates this pressure by himself. Let's not forget that it's probably his last year coaching, right? Because he's about to step down and give the keys of the team to Giuseppe Poeta, who's the assistant coach at the moment. That means that it's his last dance. And he doesn't want to say goodbye, missing the playoffs for the 4th season in a row. I think that they missed 3 in a row. Since 2022, they didn't make the playoffs. They didn't even make the play-in. And with the roster, with the expectations, with the status, with Ettore Messina's ambition, I mean, that's big. And, you know, I think that Messina, he cares about his legacy. He doesn't want to be remembered as someone who missed 4 straight playoffs. So I think that, you know, I think that he has very high expectations on this season.
Okay.
Yeah. Share your ideas, share your comments in the comment section. What we miss. Where do you see teams in the high pressure situations? Yeah, just in general, share what you think. And don't forget to press the like button, to put this notification mark, and subscribe to Basket News channel.